who we bring into our everyday life, our frame of mind, is determined by who we're influenced by. And we're all influenced by somebody. Obviously, it starts out with our parents, and then we're influenced by our friend group growing up. Everyone knows this stuff, basic knowledge. But I want you to think further than that, okay? Everything that you do is because subconsciously you were influenced and liked it and wanted to represent yourself that way. So, I'll reference a book I'm reading right now, The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. This guy actually wrote this as so you could understand how empires are maintained, kept, and basically how you can do it well. And what he was explaining was that when you're like an archer, okay, when an archer is aiming far away, and the archer knows that in the distance, when they shoot that arrow, they got to aim a little bit higher for the trajectory. But they're not aiming to hit higher on the spot. They're aiming higher so that when the arrow falls over the longer period of time, it's going to hit the target. I want you to have the same mindset with what I'm about to say, because every human learns through watching other humans. And then we will, again, like I was saying, test out what we have subconsciously liked about the imprint that we saw, the blueprint, as you could call it. And the thing is, no one's going to be able, if I'm impersonating Jim Carrey, okay? He's a very extreme example, okay? You're not going to be able to impersonate him perfectly. You're just not, because you're not Jim Carrey. Even Jim Carrey would have a hard time completely 100% impersonating the same scene again, because it's hard to do that. You know what I mean? If I were to try to impersonate myself even, that's hard, because it just is. So when you're doing another person's framework, which is what we always do, whether you realize it or not, you're not going to be at the full effectiveness as they are. So what I mean by that effectively is that you're planning for success by knowing that you're not going to be as successful as they are. So the people that you choose to imitate and frame yourself under, or like the same frame as them, you're going to want to pick people that are like way up there, because you're having the same mindset as the archer. What's up? You want to say hey, what's up to my YouTube?
Hi, YouTube.
What's your name?
Sierra Martin.
Sierra Martin. I'm Gabriel. Nice to meet you. How's your night going?
Decent. You want to show the fire?
Who's like the person that you look up to? That's what I'm talking about, is like frame of mind.
I look up to?
Yeah, like someone that you would like frame yourself after, that you like how they represent themselves as.
Wendy O. Williams, baby.
Who's that? Wendy O. Williams?
Lead singer of the Plasmatics.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'm a musician myself. So like I was kind of making it with sales. So like if you're trying to like imitate like a salesperson, you're not going to be able to do it as good as them, but you can kind of get their style down, if that makes sense. I'll bring you religiously. If you copy my boy Jesus here, then you're going to be very effective and get fruits of your labor. But I like that.
Such a YouTube voice.
Thank you. What's your name again? I'm so sorry.
Sierra.
Sierra. Nice to meet you. I'll leave you guys to it. Don't want to disrupt the flow too much. If you guys remember, I have Spotify, Gabriel Beck. Look me up. Y'all have a good one. Your frame of mind matters also. So what I just did is I wanted to move on with my day. It was good vibes, but it wasn't going anywhere, right? And just like the gospel says, you want to plant your seeds, but if the people are unresponsive to it, kind of like I saw like their faces and stuff, then you move on. Don't take any offense to it. Don't get upset by it. Just move on. You know, because not everyone's going to vibe with you. You're not going to vibe with everyone. If you do vibe with everyone, then let me tell you, It's people pleaser mentality. And if you go into that mentality, then you're actually going to repel people because you're trying too hard. It's kind of like a magnet, you know? Okay, anyway, talking about Jesus with her, that's where I was going to go with this video anyway. Jesus is the best person to bring into every environment. So I'll give you guys some insider information. With this, what I'm doing right here, I'm bringing Owen Cook and Julian himself, Julian Blanc. Julian himself is his YouTube channel's name, by the way. I'm bringing their video style and kind of what they do into my frame. So I'm not going to hit it just as much as they do because I'm not them. I haven't been doing it as long as they have. But if I aim at someone that really knows what they're doing and talking about, like Julian Blanc and Owen Cook, then when I imitate their style or like I'm inspired by it, I don't want to say imitate. Well, that's what it is. It's imitation because you're inspired to imitate. And like I said, we all do it. Whether you realize where you got it from or not, you got it from somewhere. Okay? You were influenced. And this is good because the people that you're bringing around with you, like Owen Cook and Julian Blanc and Jesus Christ, I'm paying homage to. All the more glory to Jesus Christ, obviously. In the Bible, it says to go out and preach the gospel to the world because you're not supposed to keep that good news hidden. You're supposed to bring Jesus everywhere with you. But even if, let's say, you're not a Christian right now, you're not a God believer even, okay? Let's just take it from the world's perspective. The people that you look up to are going to imprint on your subconscious. The lyrics that we all listen to, we all hear this all throughout the day. Yada, 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 yada. We all know this. But I'm talking about the people that you want to be like. That is where the magic is. You know, it's funny. I was actually going to talk about something different. I was going to talk about the winner effect and how we can slowly stack our wins up by just small wins. And then over time, they become big wins and you gain momentum. The Winner Effect is a book. I believe it's by Lee Strobel. That's probably wrong. That's the guy who wrote Cage for Christ. What's up? Yeah, man. Actually, I'll ask you guys. So I'm talking about frames of mind. So like people, are you guys okay with being on camera? Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about frames of mind. So like people you look up to, people that you want to be like, right? You kind of bring their energy with them. Obviously, I'm wearing a Jesus shirt. You want to bring Jesus with you everywhere. Let's take religion out of it for a second. Let's just take the world. Who do you guys look up to? Who would you want to be like? How do you see them kind of imprinting into your life? Do you get what I'm saying there?
That's what, Christian channel?
No, I'm just talking, but I'm a Christian, yeah.
I can say whatever?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, dude. You ain't gonna offend me, dog.
Sins.
Huh?
I want to be like Johnny Sins.
Who's that? Musician?
Yeah.
I think I've heard of him, dude.
Yeah, very great.
Dude, I like XXX. I like the Baby's music. It doesn't mean I agree with everything they say, but I like the flow. I get the genre, bro. I'm a rapper myself, actually. So if you guys remember, Gabriel Beck on Spotify. Yeah, just my name. Christian rap, but it's not like, you'll like it. I guarantee you guys will like it. Hard beats. Yeah, just Gabriel One Beck. Well, actually, you probably don't know who this guy is, but you should really look him up. Owen Cook. Owen Cook, bro. And Julian himself on YouTube, but his name's Julian Blanc. Owen Cook, I think you'll remember that better. This dude,
you doing YouTube for?
about a year, maybe 2 years, like getting serious with it.
Anxiety with the camera?
That's actually why I'm talking about it, right? Not because, well, I think we all experience social anxiety, but the frame of mind, Owen Cook, he talks about like the fronts that we put up, right? We all have a front, whether you're confident or I don't care if you're Justin Bieber, he has a front too. And certain people are really good at not being afraid of the social anxiety and pushing through, but it's a skill set that we can all do. So Owen Cook, look him up later. He gets people on stage and he'll be like, all right, scream as loud as you can. And the most confident people will be like, ah, like even I would get demolished. In front of a crowd, like I'm confident right now because I got the camera, I'm used to it. I'm used to this vibe. Yeah. But if I was in an environment that was like, I don't know, you get thrown up in front of a Drake concert, wouldn't you be a little shaky? But that's a problem, right? Like, imagine if you got $1 million right now, or the girl of your dreams. Would you be able to fully experience it, or would you be waiting to lose it, or scared to lose it? Owen Cook, bro, changed my life. the only guy that changed my life more than Owen Cook is Jesus Christ. So he kind of inspired me to go out there and yap. Yeah, yeah. What's your guys' names?
AJ.
AJ and
Hello?
Devin. Hey, Gabriel.
Gabriel, nice to meet you.
Hey, message me, y'all. So, your frame of mind, who you bring with you, it matters. Like this right here. I'm gonna just be honest. A few months ago, or even a few weeks ago, man, before I really started getting serious about this framework that Owen Cook is talking about, I wouldn't be able to, I mean, yeah, I'd be able to do that. But internally, I'd be freaking out. I'll be even honest with you guys. I mean, honestly, the second interaction was much more enjoyable. I'm sure looking back on it, I'll be able to see that physically. Like, you can see it and hear it. But as you go out and you just start getting into it, kind of like the winter effect thing, you start getting into a flow of it. And like Owen Cook talks about, doesn't matter anyway. What? You just don't want to go out because you're afraid of that, but then you're going to sit inside and be bored anyway? Not quite there yet. No, I'm too old for that. I'm just recording for YouTube. Yeah, all right. You guys want to be on YouTube? All right, bet. All right, bet. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Basically, all I'm talking about is the people that we bring with us in our environments, like the people that we look up to. Actually, yeah, it's funny. Everyone's linking it to Jesus, so I like that. So if you bring Jesus's mindset, then you're going to kind of get the results or a percentage of the results that he would get. So like I'm talking about, we all think that we're also original, right? We're not. Like you guys, I'm sure, look up to certain people. You try to act like them in certain ways, whether you realize them or not. So like the people that we bring with us either disadvantage us because we feel like crap because they're making us feel like crap, or it's a collaborative mindset where who cares if this person's rude to you? What are they gonna do, hurt you? You know what I'm saying? So, it's my name, Gabriel Beck. Gabriel Beck. You guys got Spotify? You guys look younger. You guys in high school? Yeah. Are you still hanging with the crew? I see you. Yeah, look me up, Gabriel Beck. I do Christian rap. Yep, second album just came out. You guys will like it. Banger beats. Also, my producer in Overworld Memory. It's Gabriel Beck, B-E-C-K. I guess I'm a YouTuber now. I guess so, yeah. I mean, I'm making a YouTube video and I got a gimbal. People are looking up my YouTube, so I guess so. I'm on the YouTube. You guys want to shout out anything, huh? Or say anything?
Go follow my Instagram, guys, at Private Life of Julie.
I bet. You guys got any, like, what would you guys say, like, this, okay, younger you, screw like a random audience member, younger you, like, what would actually help you?
I'd say, for like kids who are younger, I'd say definitely, don't get in the way of your dreams, because at the end of the day, everything's possible with the timing of God.
I would say,
right.
Don't
matter. We don't got time.
Everything's perfect with the time of God, people.
You know what? I'm messing up because they probably can't hear you guys right now. I'm realizing this.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Wait.
On the mic.
I'll say don't be somebody you're not, because that's not good. Be who you are, in my opinion. Like,
I'd say, let everything happen in the time of God, because everything has its timing.
All right.
Nah, just don't worry about what other people say about you. That's what gets the people's head so much.
Say it one more time.
That's exactly what get the people's head so much.
Worrying too much, right?
Yeah.
Overreacting.
What's gonna happen?
I agree, overreacting.
sister, you want to give a speech?
I don't know today. Just be kind. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I like that. Just be kind, because honestly, some people need that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get going. Y'all have a good one. Check me out, Gabriel Beck on Spotify. Basically, it's just really fun too. I gotta come out here and do it sometime without videotaping, because I feel like right now, even though I'm just making a video and I'm being approached, but I gotta socialize without the camera, because right now the camera is kind of like a cheat code. People like the camera, which is cool. I mean, hey, that's almost like a cheat code to get people to socialize with you. Good practice, but just good to be aware that it is It's almost like having a cute puppy with you, you know? People are like, can I pet that dog? I'm like, yeah, I guess so. You can do that. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video on Jesus is what I was getting into. And when you start to realize this truth of life, that who you're bringing with you is the percentage of success and efficiency that you're going to get. It's the results. Who you're bringing with you, who you're letting influence you, is going to predict, it's going to show you a hint of the future. I mean, you could also not do anything about it and then you don't get any results. But if you're listening to trash music, you're watching trash shows, your friends are talking about trashy subjects and gossiping about nonsense, do you think you're ever going to have any weighted conversations that actually have any significance to you or your future? Or are you going to look back on those moments with regret because you let the wrong people choose your frame of mind, and then you started bringing those frames of mind with you everywhere you went, and those frames of mind are inefficient, they're ineffective, they will get you everything you don't want and more. And I feel like it's two reasons now that I'm thinking about it. One, as I'm looking around, there's groups, everyone's in a group. It's because people would rather walk in a crowd than walk in the right direction. And because it feels good, we're pack animals. Sometimes you gotta be the weird one to do the things that you wanna do. You think me walking around the park with a gimbal and a camera pointed at my face talking to the camera is normal? It's not. But it's what makes me have fun, helps me talk about my ideas. And if I was afraid of looking not normal, then I would be shunning that part of myself. And you have to grow parts of yourself. It's kind of like singers who get anxious. And I relate to this because I was a singer who got anxious, where I loved singing, I loved writing songs. But I mean, even my stepdad, I love you, Carl, if you're watching this, but I would sing quieter so that he wouldn't hear me. Because I knew I sounded kind of bad. I knew my voice was nasally. And so I adjusted my results. And then after a while, I learned to stay in that rut. And that's bad. And that's what we do with our social conditioning. I've learned to outgrow that as a musician, but it took me a while. Honestly, it took until I sounded good. And then I was like, all right, now I'll sing. Even now, if I'm being honest, if someone were to ask me, oh, hey, sing or rap, or even talking about my music sometimes, I get that little tinge of that past feeling. So it'll stay with you. So you can't let it form, because once it forms, it sticks to you, or it like forms a scar where you remember it. Now, I mean, you can use that scar to your advantage and be like, all right, now I have this knowledge. Oh my gosh, just by the way, look how buff Superman is. What the heck, dude? I gotta start going to the gym. Look like you, brother. But, you know, like once you start letting your brain parasites start feeding on you, now it knows it's allowed. Now it knows when and where and how it's allowed. And trust me, that demonic parasite eating at your subconscious will try to take your soul. It will try to take your free will from you. It will try to distract you. So, that brings me to this side. Effectively, you have to brainwash yourself. Just like that arrow, you have to aim higher than what you're trying to hit. Because if you aim higher than what you're trying to hit, then you're actually going to hit a little bit lower, and that's okay, because you already knew that was going to happen. So you kind of put that into the equation. So you have to brainwash yourself. If you don't brainwash yourself, meaning put yourself in front of videos, books, keep thought patterns constantly in your brain, reminding yourself, this is how I want to be. if you don't do that and you're not very fine-tuned with it, then what's gonna happen, kind of like what's happening right now, is you're gonna blank out. My brain brought it back, but that's only because I'm used to reverting back, okay? That's because my muscle memory brought it back. Now, that's fucking out again. It's crazy. You guys are seeing a live example right now. This is what your brain's gonna do with your life, though. If you're not purposefully, I was gonna say forcing, but you don't want to force yourself. That's not any fun. But purposefully, intentionally watching certain videos because you're trying to get this sort of download, or reading this book because you're trying to get this download, or learning this information because you're trying to get this skill. If you're not consciously pursuing that, then life will consciously pursue you. And life doesn't consciously pursue very nicely, okay? It'll eat you away like corrosion eroding away at a rock, okay? You don't notice it at first, but after many waves has hit it, over time that rock looks completely incomparable to what it used to look like. You look like and feel like you can't even imagine how to get back there. So that frame of mind, again, bringing me back to this. Most of us have the frame of mind of that demonic parasitic leech in our brain. I'm going to call it the adult us. The adult us cares about money, cares about status, cares about money and status, how you're looking and how many resources you're getting, how well off your life is, okay? It's worried about the flesh, your adult self, that demonic parasitic entity eating away at your brain. But your child you cares about what is right, what is good, what is purposeful, what God wills. That's my own belief. And I believe that we all inherently have that good in us because, yes, the spirit that God gave us has fierce desires within it. But the grace that God gives us is even stronger than those desires. God wrote his law in our heart so that we can know right from wrong, moral absolutes versus moral relativism, complete nonsense, right? That is also who you're bringing with you, is the frames of mind, the things that you agree with. Are you blue? Are you red? Are you left? Are you right? You get what I'm saying. But it's not just that. We all think of it so plainly, left, right, Republican, Democrat. Who are you looking up to? How are they influencing you? How are they changing you into a better or worse person? And what are you doing about it? Because if they're doing something bad to you, are you just gonna let them leech off your brain like a parasite? Because that's what the system is doing. The Freemasons in every county, the people that control this narrative, they want you dirt, okay? They want you completely in a state of disillusion. They don't want you chasing after what you want, hitting wins. Because if you do that, you're going to start helping other people. It's just natural. When you free yourself from the prison, after you finally do, you feel bad about the other people that were stuck in the prison and you go and help them too. Now, the people that have broken free, that don't give a crap about the other people, they leave alone. But you have to be wary that there are going to be people, even if it's not that deep, I'm getting on a whole tangent there, even if it's not that deep, there are going to be people that are going to see your light shine and they're going to want to dim it because they're probably going through something. Or two, maybe they just view it as annoying. I mean, you know, they're not feeling that good, so they're going to be annoyed by it. I'd be pretty annoyed if I was on my way to work and I saw someone having the best day of their life. I mean, I would still feel happy for them, but by golly, I wouldn't feel that good going into work that day. So you have to have a little bit of understanding on their end too, and just realize that they're not doing it to hurt you. They're just they're just derping out. So, like Jesus says, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Forgive yourself, because you didn't know what you were doing before either. The devil's going to try to shame you into staying in that same rut that you're in now. He's going to go, don't listen to this guy in the video. He's talking nonsense. It's too much work. It's too much work. You can't do it. You're just gonna revert back to your old habits anyway. Yeah, maybe. And most people watching this probably will. And that's just the statistics of it. But doesn't mean it has to be you. Doesn't mean it has to be you. There are plenty of people that have done it from square 0 and square -50. And if you ask God and you have the right intentions, God will guide your steps. And when you have that framework of mind, how can any other framework of mind even stand a chance? So I'll end it with that. Work on your framework. Read Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know, DM me, comment what you want me to talk about next. Peace.